Hey, what's up guys, how's it going? So happy Friday. Only managed to do 2 video blogs this week, but for good reason. It's been a busy week. Made some good progress on Mutant Mud Super Challenge, which is very exciting. Good news. I'm a little bit sleepy today actually, but I want to do a quick video blog. May take a nap this afternoon maybe. I don't know if I have time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I finished another run through of Super Challenge today. Um, and yeah, it's looking pretty clean, you know. I mean, at this point, we're just looking for any major bugs or any bugs. But really, as we go, we clean up a lot of small bugs as we go. So now just looking for anything major that we may have missed, you know, especially with anything new that we may have added or changed. But yeah, it's pretty solid actually. It's really solid and fun and quite challenging. I think, and I'm not really trying to go for a low death count when I'm playing. I'm just playing to test it out. Sometimes dying, you know, cavalierly in a cavalier fashion. So I'm not really going for gold, but I had 309 deaths in my current save, which is not impressive. I'm sure I could do better than that. I could do less than that, but that's what I had, which was, it's interesting. It's just interesting. I don't personally care how many deaths I have, you know, in it, but it is interesting to just think, oh, okay, wow, in that play session from beginning to end, I died 309 times. Wow. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how low the lowest death count will be. I don't think I will be the record holder of that. I'm sure someone else will have more time and more hours in the day to do a good job. But I'm sure 309 can be beaten, and then I will definitely try and do better than that when the game is out and released for reals. But anyway, so yeah, the game's good. Yeah, I mean, I think now we just have a short to-do list of finishing things off. Everything's in place. I still have a couple of secret characters to finish off, but made good progress on that this week. Made good progress on finishing up a couple of the bosses, so now all the bosses are done. I went through all the levels, made some tweaks to a few of the levels here and there. So it's kind of nice to kind of go through the game again, you know, and kind of go, oh, let's change this, and made a few spots. Like the last level, it's pretty hard, but there's a few spots where it's not as hard. And as it's the last level, I think it needs to be a bit more challenging. So I added a little bit extra difficulty just here and there to the last level today, which I think makes it a little bit more exciting and tricky. And there's a few other little tweaks, like, you know, if you die and you start again at the checkpoint, it's nice to then be able to proceed fairly quickly after that. You know, like if there's a fireball going up and down, or if there's a a royal mud going side to side there, and you have to time your approach carefully, it's nice to be able to kind of start from the checkpoint and just go, and be able to kind of still require timing, but not have to wait around for an entire cycle of him to go all the way back there and back again, or to wait for the cycles to match up with the fireball going up and this guy going back and forth to kind of get in that little hole and shoot him without getting hit. So that actually took a long while. I had a fireball going up and down there, but you had to wait quite a while for it to sync up for you to go through. Anyway, I adjusted it so that isn't the case. Now it's a lot quicker and cleaner to get through that. Little things like that. So anyway, yeah, hopefully, with any luck, we'll be submitting Mutant Mud Super Challenge, 3DS, Wii U, NOA and NOE, and touch wood, maybe next week. We'll be submitting it to them. So if we can pull that off, which is possible, don't know if it's probable, but it's possible, then it could be, I don't know, if everything goes well, 4 to 6 weeks from there that it could be released, I guess. Is that right? Yeah, something like that. So touch wood. So anyway, you know, it looks like, if we're lucky, if everything goes okay, it'll be out in March some point. Whether that's the beginning or the middle or the end, I have no idea. It depends on so many things. But yeah, so that's good. That's good. That's kind of what we're hoping for, is the first quarter, you know, January, February, March. So hopefully that happens. Yeah, very exciting. So that's cool. Yeah. So that's it as far as development, really focusing on mods right now, and it's I'm very happy with it. It's come together really good. Got some really fun secret characters in there. That's always fun to adapt a secret character into the size, shape, and style of muds, and then get them in the game, run around with them. It's fun. It's neat. They've come together really well. So all right, I'm gonna do a few questions, and I'm gonna wrap it up, and yeah. So okay. Hey Aaron. Aaron Knights is concerned that I'm spending too much time doing these, and just in case it delays these video blogs, and worried that it's delaying development on Super Challenge. Yeah, don't worry, it's not delaying anything. It's a welcome break to do something else for a few minutes with my brain. And like Inceptional says, pretty sure he can spare it. Yeah, I can. Espresso. Hey Espresso asks, since Muds is slow and has an emphasis on collecting and finding secrets, why did you include a time limit? What was the thinking behind that? And also, will you do a video playthrough of Super Challenge? I probably won't do a video playthrough of Super Challenge. It just takes a lot of effort, a lot of time to do that, and I can't see myself wanting to do that, to be quite honest. I'll let other people do that, that can probably do it better than I can, as far as, you know, putting it all together and being consistent with it. Anyway, so back to your first question. We put a time limit just to have that sense of pressure, you know. It's nice so you don't just, you know, hang around and just take your sweet time. You know, you have that sense of urgency that you need to move forward. And yeah, you know, that's kind of the main reason. And you know, some other kind of peripheral qualities are, it's, you know, it's just a nice kind of nostalgic aesthetic to have. You know, many platform games back in the day had that type of thing for those exact reasons, to give you a sense of pressure to move forward. So yeah, so we wanted to keep that kind of vibe in the game. And obviously on the PC version and the iOS version, the timer actually counts up from 0, because then it's more of a leaderboard. You know, it's actually timing you how quickly you can beat it. So we changed it for that because the leaderboards exist already on those systems. So we, yeah, did it differently on those. So the sense of pressure is gone, but hopefully it's replaced with the, you know, the desire to do it well as far as placing on the leaderboard. Sean Zafar. Hey Sean. How am I doing on my Xbox and Halo 5? Fancy a game or two online and stuff. I haven't played it much, honestly. Hopefully I'll get to at some point. Yeah. But no, I haven't really had much time to do much with my Xbox One. Nice machine though. I like it. I'm glad we got it. It's good. Seth Hyatt RCM asks, why are the golden diamonds octagons in Mutant Mud Super Challenge? Because they're not golden diamonds, they're gems this time. And for no good reason. I wanted to do a new gem, and I did it, and I like it, and I put it in, and there you go. Yeah. They're not as connected to, let me think now, how did they work in Muds? Because you had golden diamonds. Oh, right, because you had to collect golden diamonds to gain the power-ups in Muds. In Super Challenge, you've already got the power-ups. You can go to the room and select a power-up from the beginning, or after their intro level. So there's not really a reason to earn them to buy things, but it's fun to collect, and it's important to collect. I think it's a good challenge to have gems in there to collect them. Yeah, so I just wanted to make them different, make them special. I actually really like the new ones. I think they look really good. And I think it's just a nice quality to have something, a new touch that's actually throughout the entire game to make it feel a little different and unique. Yeah, so there's some of the thoughts that went behind that. But technically they're not golden diamonds anymore. They're just gems. In this particular one. See if there's any more questions in here. Vapey Gamer asks if we're going to put any of our stuff on Vita. What do we have on there? We have Muds and we have Zeo Drifter on the Vita. I think that's it. And he asks about putting Dimensium on there. really we haven't sold that much on the Vita, to be honest. I mean, a little bit, but it's not a huge market. And to put a game like Dementium on there would be a significant effort because it would feel like we'd probably need to up-res everything again to take advantage of the hardware. And yeah, I just don't think it'd be cost effective to do that. So yeah, Vita's a tricky one. It's not a huge market. It doesn't sell a great deal. Antonio San Pedro asks, does Nintendo keep asking about Treasure Knots? Any pressure for them to release the game as soon as possible? Not really. I mean, they inquire on how it's going and stuff, but there's no pressure. I mean, they realize that, games will be finished when they're finished. There was actually a little bit of pressure on Super Challenge. I think they would have really liked it to have been out and released already by now. I agree. I concur. I think they really wanted it out last year. So did we. But, it's taken the extra time just to finish it up. So it is what it is. So I think that's anyway, so yes and no. But no, they understand. They never give us a hard time. Riri the Don, hi Riri, asks, will Treasure Knots on 3DS come out this year? And if so, only in the US or Europe too? I hope so. That's the plan. That's the plan to have Treasure Knots out this year. In Europe as well as the US. Dementium Remastered will be coming out in Europe. Because he asked about that. In February. Yeah, that's been approved. It's all good to go. I think February 11th is actually pretty solid, actually. I think February 11th it'll be coming out. Dementium Remastered in Europe on the 3DS, and Dementium 2, we're still working on that now. So, and we're going to submit that to NOA and NOA at the same time. So, that'll be in the second quarter. I don't know what month yet. But they'll come out this year, second quarter of this year. Moon at some point when we get a chance to get onto it. So yeah. John's Eagle Eye on Gaming Carter asks, is there a plan for another Muds game after Super Challenge? 3D Muds collectathon game similar to the likes of Banjo 64, most recently Ukulele. Yeah, I mean, we'd like to do another Muds game, whether it's 2D or 3D and what platform it's on. Who knows? But yeah, no, I like the Muds universe, and I'm sure we'll continue to visit it. Faux show. Dragon Ninja Ryu asks, could you offer any more information, possibly on ideas you had for Colt County, for example, story, mechanics, etc., and if you think about using any of those ideas in a future game? I think we revealed most of it on the Kickstarter thing. It was set in a kind of dusty West Texas town, pretty small, and some crazy action was going on there, and I don't want to say too much, just in case we ever revisit it. I don't want to give any spoilers away or anything, but you go, you visit there for a pretty mundane reason, and you end up discovering some crazy crap's going on. Yeah, and you have to figure out what the hell is going on and survive. So we might revisit it. Maybe we would even borrow some of that for a Dementium 3 someday. I don't know. So yeah, it's certainly not lost. We certainly would like to use it in the future when we have the opportunity to do so. Faux show. And last question, Cesar Gonzalez asks, do you have a general release date for Dementium 2 Remastered? No, like I said before, second quarter of this year is really the closest I can estimate right now. So, boom. Cool, well, I want to get back to it, and whether that it means work or an app, I don't know. Guess we'll see. I hope you're doing well. Have a good weekend, and see you guys later on. Alright, bye guys.